Oh, welcome. It's a very short pre-stream today. It's not. I was busy talking in a party with others until yeah, there is that as well. Yeah, let's blame the host, shall we? Oh God. We won't call him out. Oh, Gary. Oh dear. Well, it seems like we're loading in. We're nearly underway. So let's show the lovely people what you can see, or what we can see, which is Saudi Arabia for Tier 1. And welcome, one and all, to Fair Play Racing League Round 2 at Saudi Arabia. So, today, I am your host. As always on a Thursday, David Lowface. I am joined by two guys in the commentators box today. So, that one of us has you will have heard before, and that is your man.
Silverside boy.
Yep, and new to the commentators box this week, big FPRL welcome to
Mr. Whippy.
Mr. Whippy. Give us a
Whippy in the
99.
house. No problem, mate.
Okay, right. Pixel has taken his qualifying ban.
Yeah. Straight in the chat, someone wants a 99 flake.
Not a problem. The reason I drive so slowly is I'm normally in the crowd selling off Magnums and 99s and flakes and stuff like that.
Oh.
Well, you say that. You had a good result last night in the old Tier 3. We'll briefly talk about that.
Yeah, very pleased with that. Managed to keep off the walls, which I think is important in this race. Managed to keep out of trouble, and everybody else sort of fell by the wayside and ended up coming across the line fifth and have some stewards' appeals in to get some of the penalties taken off me, which will hopefully push me back up the field to around about 7th or 8th if all goes well. So we'll just have to wait and see what the results are.
Yeah, fingers crossed for you. I can be as biased as I want, by the way, because, well, you're not. So today we are here for Tier 1. Thank you all for tuning in. Hello to the chat. I don't know if you guys are looking at Twitch chat as well, or is it just me?
I am. No, it's me as well.
Well, nice to see some engagement.
I'm just on Xbox. So.
Yeah, that is
respecting.
Fair enough. Nice to see. There's plenty of love coming in early tonight. Can we get a round of up the whippy, everyone?
Oh dear. It's only because I'm so old everybody likes me. I'm a granddad, you see. That's what it is.
Yeah. Lovable. The granddad of FPRL.
Yeah. It's amazing how many people come on and ask for advice on this, that and the other, and I'm like, what do you want to ask me for?
You can't say... I don't think Scotsman's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, he's just younger than me, I think. Just slightly, isn't he?
Scotsman's like 49.
Yeah.
We call him the Godfather.
Well, I sort of got into this during the first lockdown. I was put on furlough, and I joined a league of like-minded guys. Most of us fairly sort of mid-30s up through to our 50s, and very, very clean racing. Nice bunch of guys. Rushed, Gregors, Belsky, Ojeda, myself, El Gadi, a few of the guys that are now racing in FPRL. And it was just really good fun. We were all extremely clean. We never had any stewards inquiries or anything like that. I then packed it in for about a year when I went back to work and couldn't really give it any time, and just lately changed jobs. Got a fair bit of time off on the shift system, so I came back into it. And so far, after joining FPRL, which is, in my opinion, a very, very well-run league and very well organised, I'm enjoying it immensely, and hopefully do as many races as I can throughout the year.
Well, that is really good to hear.
Super Batsy coming through the final corner.
Yeah, he is managed to keep it clean so far this lap. Yep, we are very glad to have you here, Mr. Whippy. I didn't realise you knew so many in the league. Super Batesy going across the line. First one today, SL129 dead. Looks like we've got an Alpha Tauri up next. That is only.
I've always stayed in contact with the guys that I raced with in VSL originally, which I left. It was a nightmare league to be in. And we started our own one up, and there was a group of about 7 or 8 of us, and we've all stayed friends on Xbox and through WhatsApp and such like. So when they all said they were coming back to rejoin leagues and FPRL came up, I did the time trials, and here I am.
Oh, cracking stuff, yeah. We've certainly had a few of the names been around for a good amount of time. I know Gregor's I think Gregor's was one of the only ones to have 100% attendance in FPRL last season.
Don't forget shots to Drippy.
Yeah, shot
and Kujak, both of them.
Yeah, of course. I didn't say he was the only one. Come on, Gary.
Looking at the time on the top there from Lucky Goat, that's roughly what the Q3 qualifying was last night for the Tier 3s. So at the moment, the Tier 1s need to pull the socks up a wee bit, I would have thought.
Yeah.
It's only Q1s. They'll get faster.
Yeah. And, of course, only... Well, at the moment, 17 drivers. I think we were expecting 18. Maybe there's going to be a late joiner that I am not aware of. But as it stands, only 2 people going out from this session. And one of them is Perk Pixel. Assuming everyone else sets a valid time, of course.
I've seen a few people with the mediums on.
That's an interesting tactic.
Zilla's just gone out on mediums as well. So.
Oh, shots. What have you just done? You just crashed into the wall.
Shots. Where is he? He's in P4 at the moment. Yeah, not on a fast lap, it seems. I'm seeing LWS Yorkie in the pits. Currently has intermediate selected. I don't think it's going to rain, but if you're listening, Lewis, don't go out on those tyres. You will get a penalty.
Really?
Yeah, we had someone do that for us last season. And, yeah, they ended up just being out there taking the mickey a little bit. Was it last season? I think it was last season in Azerbaijan. Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate for you, Lewis. In the Twitch chat, Yorkie fraud. Big up.
He was considering going out there, I think.
Yeah, he's selected the mediums at the moment. It's nice to see.
Just watching ads come round now to finish his first fastest lap, and or first fast lap.
Yeah.
He's going to be a guy to watch.
Yeah, 129.4.
Well, not as the case may be. That currently puts him, well, the bottom of the guys who set a representative track time. Yeah, P9 at the moment. I'm sure Jack will be going again. So Jeddah is the newest addition to the calendar, or at least in the game anyway. High-speed circuit. I have to admit, not one of my favourites. What's your guys' take on the track?
Well, I raced last night, obviously, and I think the key to getting a good race finish is basically staying away from the walls. There are so many that spring up on you. Certainly sector 1 with the 4 or 5 quick turns, that's difficult to get a handle, but if you get the right line through there, you can fairly well catch up. For the rest of the lap, it sort of sets you up for the rest of it. The only other difficult bit is coming down underneath the hotel. But yeah, stay away from the walls would be my advice.
I would say I actually love this track. It's one of my favourites because it's one of those tracks, like Mr. Whippy said, like that first sector. If you can nail it, and keep it like maybe sometimes pushing the track limits a little bit, and keeping very close to those walls, you can make up a lot of time. This track's all about really commitment. You've got to like be committed that you're going to make the corner, right? So yeah, I like this one.
Track limits as well, very strange on the circuit because you have inside and outside track limits.
None of which of them are very good.
No.
I hasten to add.
Well, we're hoping next year's game. Hope you're listening, EA.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are.
They're coding. They'll code it better.
Yeah, well, as we see AMS Drive abusing track limits a little bit there, we don't want to be seeing that too much, although he has backed out of his lap. No,
he's on the out lap anyway.
I was wondering if anyone would spot that. Well done, Gary. 1 gold star for you.
Here comes some Drive.
AMS Drive, Gary. We've talked about this. So,
did I say it again, Rob?
He did. So at the moment there is just 4 drivers yet to set a time. It is this man, AMS Drive, also Horizon, who looks like he's on a cool down lap.
No, I think he's on a fast lap at the moment.
His ERS is flashing. He's at 100%.
He's pulled out.
Yeah.
Where is he? He
Might
was doing
be
okay up until the end of Sector 2, and then he sort of backed off at the end of Sector 2.
Yeah,
Whether he contacted a wall or not, I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps he has indeed touched a wall.
Oh, yeah. That's another thing that he's just done. He needs to be careful about cutting the pit lane entry, because if you cut the pit lane entry, it will hit you with 5 seconds straight away.
Yeah. Well,
not too much going on at the moment. Collateral's back out.
Yeah, not surprised. Currently sitting P12.
He only usually runs maybe 2 to 3 laps.
Yeah, they've got AMS Drive coming through this last corner, nearly taking the Max Verstappen line, which involves giving a kiss to the barrier. He goes fastest by 4 tenths on 27.5. Good lap from him. That just leaves 2 at the bottom then. As it stands, Perk Pixels going through. So Ali Ferrari now onto another flying lap. Last week's winner out in Bahrain had a strong chance at the title last year. He was unfortunately scuppered by his wheel breaking, which is quite possibly scuppered by sometimes racking up a few too many penalties. I don't think he'll mind us saying. But
just watched on board with Ali Ferrari and how he holds it through there.
It's amazing. The guy's got so much pace, and to be honest, I've got a soft spot for the lad because I mean, last year was my teammate in the Mercedes, and of course he's the first one to type in the chat this evening, and he says, "David, you are first. You are pole position in my heart," and I'll tell you what, that touches me right there. Not in a creepy way, mind. But yeah, good.
Collateral coming round to finish his fast lap. He was 2 tenths up after Sector 2, so we'll see what he's doing on here. 3.8 or 0.38 faster than his previous, but still only 11th place.
Yeah, it looks like...
dear.
I think Gary saw it as well. Ali Ferrari did take the Max Verstappen line, but he still manages to go seconds. He must have lost quite a few tenths through doing that, and he's still come out with a 127.4. So at the moment, in the drop zone is Horizon 40. Out on his outlap, about to start his flyer. 4 minutes left in the session.
And Zilla's just coming through to start his fast lap as well.
This is good. Looks like we're gonna
Pretty much make or
He's a
break
man
time
to
for these
watch
guys
today.
Yeah. Who's that, Gary? Revengezilla? Man to watch.
Yep, man to watch him today.
Well, he didn't have the best race in Bahrain, I think it's safe to say. And I know he's not particularly fond of this track.
now. Oh no, Zilla's gone.
Yeah.
Coming through sector 1, just completely lost it on the entrance into the flick-flack curves.
Yeah. So difficult, the sector 1 here.
Got time for another lap. I don't know how his tyres are, but I would imagine he's going to whip round and
Horizon 40
in theory,
coming
take
into the
another
final
lap.
sector now.
So interestingly, these two lads at the back are on brand new sets of soft tyres, so they've used at least 2. AMS Drive feels safe enough to retire in the pits. He probably is, to be fair. So what time can Horizon 40 set? He's in the 127s. He goes P3. That leaves the one and only Revengezilla in the mud with a 130.0. 8 temps off.
Zilla's having a bit of a time as well. He just clipped the wall underneath the hotel, so not the best of laps for him at the moment. But, here we go again. Yep, going through for another fast lap attempt.
Got to.
This will be his
Got to
last
make
chance.
this.
Quite tentative through turns 1 and 2 there. But
This is where he lost it on the last lap. Mostly through there.
Yeah, he's taking it much more easier.
very difficult to get that right hand.
Could have possibly invalidated there as well. So
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, Zilla.
What happened? What's happened there, lads?
Oh, Zilla.
Did he have a snap of oversteer? A bit of a
I'm pretty
tank
sure he was on
slapper?
the straight. Looked like he just steered into
It won't be the first time I say this tonight. What a fraud!
it.
Well,
Yeah, I think that's put paid to any chance of Zilla progressing.
Yeah, there's unless he can do himself a wonder lap without a front wing.
I wouldn't have thought so. Not
No,
now.
probably not. That is.
He's got a minute to go through. He's already done 3 laps on those tyres as well, so they're not going to be in the best of conditions either. Look at me, expert.
Yeah. And Horizon also retiring. Who is out? It looks like we do have our retiree. Collateral Ads is out and he's going to set a lap. Interestingly. And that is a fresh set of soft tyres he's using.
oh, Zilla. He's just crashed into the pit.
Oh, Zilla.
He entered the pit. He's just hit the pit. He come in, blocked his brakes, and just smacked into the wall and lost his tyre.
Oh, dear Zilla.
Oh. Well, I guess no one else needs to do a lap now because you're all through.
Yeah, as the checkered flag comes out for Tier 1 in Q1. We'll stay with Ads because I think he's on a lap still.
Me knowing Ads, he'll keep going.
Putting unnecessary wear on those tyres. Absolute.
Gone 7 tenths up. He's 7 tenths up. This could worthwhile actually finishing.
Well, he's already through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll put
well.
him on a 128.3, which will put him around about 5th
Yeah.
if he finishes through.
That's assuming he has matched his Sector 3 time. Comes across the line.
Oh, a nice lap.
That is a
And
nice
goes to
lap
fifth.
indeed. Nearly in the 127s. But, yeah, P5 for him. He displaces AG Passy.
More to come from Ads then, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's a good lap from him. Is anyone else carrying on? It looks like Brookie Nanny Messi might be as well. Oh, Super Batesy comes in. It looks like no, yep, he's coming to the line. P12 for Brookie. Well, that will round out Q1 then. So we know Perk Pixel serving a qualifying ban then. He will start at the back of the grid. Unfortunate also for Revengezilla, who loses out for what I want to say is the second week in a row in Q1.
No, he got to Q2 last week. He was 15th.
Oh dear. Well, that is
Also,
shocking.
Perk Pixel has 15 seconds at the end of the race as well.
Oh dear.
Ouch.
What was his offence then? Who did he kill?
He has a qualifying ban for
Readying up.
retiring. No, that was
retiring,
ghosting. Retiring. No, not retiring track. It was resetting twice.
Oh right, yeah, I remember seeing that.
So he got a qualifying ban for one, and then got 15 for the second one.
Yeah, just a reminder. Don't do it. We will see you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Big Brother is watching.
Revenge.
Just remember my job.
In the chat. What a lap by me. If you want someone for lessons, he'll send you his PayPal. Well, Horizon says he's going to reset to track, and I want to remind Horizon that we,
Please don't.
in the comms team, take no prisoners. Your head, that chopping block.
Just quickly on the subject of training, it would be nice. I have broached the subject with a couple of people in the league. Is that some of the tier 3 drivers, including me, who's obviously fairly new to the game, would love to have a lobby some evenings when people are free from maybe the tier 1, tier 2 drivers. Take some of the tier 3 drivers out, just give them some instruction, a little bit of tips and tricks, and sort of help them along. See if we can't produce the tier 3 drivers up through to tier 2 standard, and then tier 2s to tier 1 standard every now and then. Would be a nice thought if some of the guys could put themselves out. Maybe give us a little bit of tuition every now and then.
Yeah, I think it would be a nice little gesture from some of the faster guys. We do know quite a few of you. Of course, can all be set up through the Discord server.
It also helps as well. We've noticed in the tier 3 there are a couple of the reserve drivers that come in, and they're just way above the standard of the rest of us. So it sort of detracts from when you're racing that you haven't got a chance of the first or second position because you've got 2 reserves in there who are like tier 2 drivers.
Yeah.
So it sort of reduces the sort of enthusiasm a wee bit because you're racing for minor places rather than podium places. So again, that any tuition or help that the better guys can give would help us to bridge that gap between sort of average driver and good driver.
Yeah, very true. Of course, this is we do we are planning a review of some of the placings in the
after Imola, I think.
In the league. Is it after Imola? Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Hot
we're doing
news
3
off the
races.
Yes. I believe so.
I think.
Yeah, I think so. Stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, I've just realised that you've been sitting staring at the garage because AMS Drive has not gone out. Let's have a look at who's on track. Collateral ads.
First here at the moment.
Yorkie will be the first. person, I think.
Oh, Ali Ferrari has he dropped it? He has.
Oh no, he's in my
Teammate.
team. No, Ali.
He's gone.
Oh, oh dear, there's someone else with him. There's an Alfa Romeo with him as well.
Oh God.
A tornado is in the wall.
Let's try and catch
Oh dear.
where it's happened. So it's around
tight
there.
and
That's
twisty
an
bit.
interesting place to retire. That's a big shock then to see Ali Ferrari out in Q2. Tornado giving a little bit of a toe to Nocco. We'll jump back to Yorkie, who is coming across the line then. Sets a 128.6.
Tornado going very slow in the Alpha on the back of the circuit in Sector 2.
Yeah, I believe he was the guy who binned it in the same place as Ali Ferrari, but unfortunately...
Doesn't look to have any damage though, wing's still intact.
He went backwards into the wall.
Ooh, he might have rear wing damage. Super Batesy,
Yeah.
28.8.
Yeah, I think he's on his way back to the pits. He's being passed by quite a few drivers now, and some of them obviously on an outlap as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's coming straight back in. Then again, I could be wrong. Seems to be speeding up again now.
Yeah, Nocco across the line goes P2 with a very evil time of 128.666.
Now the Alpha's repitting, Tornado's back in.
So a little bit of teamwork I see from the old McLaren guys. So Object Fungus, AG Passy, giving each other a cheeky little toe on each other's fast laps.
There's a yellow flag in Sector 3.
There is a slow Williams.
Oh, it's just Yorkie.
At the moment, Yorkie still top of the leaderboards then.
I think that was Horizon 40 causing the yellow flag in Sector 3. I think he's just had a little mishap on the last corner there. So he's back in the pits now as well. They started pushing harder now on this second qualifying session.
The McLarens are doing their McLaren things, giving each other a toe again.
Yeah. No, I think Object screwed his lap up, so he's going to wait for his teammate to pass again. So we should see it here. So AG Passy bolts from the final corner. He does peel into the pits though. He wouldn't have been able to give... Oh, what was that? Object Fungus. Looks like he was in two minds there over whether to come into the pits or not. AMS Drive coming out on new soft tyres, I believe that is.
Nanny Messi nearly lost it just coming through the hotel there. He was on a fast lap and very big rear end slide. Just coming down through to the final corner now.
Yeah.
So that's his lap ruined as well, I believe.
Yeah, of course, Q2 usually the session in which you try out the medium tyres, which are, well, the second softest, obviously. Now, the thing is, a lot of people do their practice purely on the soft tyres, which I say is a mistake, but if you've done that, then... Oh, Brookie!
Oh!
It looked like a block.
That could be a very angry... was Kujak.
Shots.
Shots, sorry, was it shots? Oh dear.
Shots.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
David Brooks, what have you done?
God's sake, David Brooks. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of the drivers not doing enough practice, and it quite often can be a bit of a shock how little grip they have, especially around Sector 1 at this
I
track.
mean, I'm no expert, but I found last night, starting off on the mediums, it was a good 7 or 8 laps before they really sort of got hold of anything. It took a long time for them to get the grip that I was expecting, because I was sliding around all over the place for the first 5 or 6 laps. But as I say, luckily last night I managed to keep away from the walls, so
Yeah, and
that was a bonus.
To quote, I believe, Schumacher, to finish first you have to finish. So
Indeed.
staying out of the walls, very, very important.
Nothing worse than having a house up the ass. So.
What was that?
Oh, I love that. Absolutely
nothing
love
worse
that.
than having a house up the ass. So.
Oh.
AMS just coming through on his fast lap, goes into pole.
Yeah, pole position 127.3 on the soft tyres. Interesting that he has opted for the softs.
May go out on mediums for a second run, but I think he probably was just getting a banker in there for Q3.
I'll tell you what, if he can go faster than that on mediums, I will eat my own head. I don't know. I said this before on stream.
I don't know how you're gonna do that.
We'll worry about semantics later.
Hirsch is out.
It's not going to happen.
Hirsch has dropped it.
Hirsch
has dropped it.
Oh dear.
Hirsch, I'm trying to get a footage. Oh, there he is. Oh dear, he's lost it coming into the fast bit in Sector 1. He's gone head first into the wall.
Oh, Hirsch. Of course, Season 1 champion. Season 2 champion, I should say. Last season's champion. Let's go with that. Hirsch is out. So
He's not had a good start to the season, has he?
Not particularly well, no. He's
qualified P11 last week. He's going to be 14th this week. He didn't get any points in the race. He had a bit of a, as we call it, a stinker of a race. But I know, as anyone knows Hirsch, he'll once he gets a couple of points on the board, he'll be back to himself.
Yeah, of course.
Got Fungus on an out lap at the moment. A little bit of traffic on the back of the circuit, which he's leaving himself some room to clear now. Don't think he'll be too impressed that AMS has just come past him.
The ASM, he's probably going to use ASM drive as a bit of a toe down the straight, like he's doing now.
AMS drive, where AMS will be going into the pits, obviously. So
yeah, but he's going to use him as a toe.
Yeah,
for a very, very brief moment. Probably cost more moving over to get behind him. So that is a new set of softs for Object Fungus as he tries to go faster. And AMS Drive has retired in the pits.
Strange is obviously not bothered about mediums for the moment now.
Yeah, he's got a plan set out in his head, and that is softs to mediums, quite possibly for the race.
So this could be Fungus's last chance at Q3 qualification.
Yep, into Sector 2 now. I didn't see the sector time, but it looks to be relatively clean so far.
He needs to do something. He's 7 seconds behind Messi, so
yeah,
he's
not going particularly well.
He's pushing those wall limits very close.
Still puts him behind Brookie, so he needs to pull something out in Sector 3 here.
Well, he's just got the last corner to go then. Second place person from last year's Tier 1 battle last year's. Well, I suppose it's mostly last year.
Nice, yeah. Third place, so good luck. Good luck.
Yeah. It's not bad at all. We will have a look at what people have done in terms of tyres. Well, from 5th downwards, they've qualified
Forty's gone in the pits.
on the mediums.
Hirsch hasn't even, not Hirsch, Horizon hasn't even set a lap.
Yeah, probably just opting to bin the medium laps.
Monkey Boy also on a lap.
Monkey Boy.
Yellow flag
Dan
in
Curtis.
sector 1, sorry.
Yeah, looks like there is a slow McLaren. Looks to be just the guy getting out of the way of everyone else. That will be, of course, Object Fungus. So Monkey Boy Kurt then. 1 minute 20 left to go. This is squeaky bum time for Monkey Boy. He's got a 1:29.7 to beat to get into Q3. I'm sure he'd be pleased with that. Very, very close to the wall there. DRS wide open just before this final corner. Brake into 3rd gear.
Oh,
Get on the power as
close.
early as you dare. As you saw, Monkey Boy got very close and run out of deployment just before the line, but he has gone what was P6, now P7 as Nocco goes P2.
And Collateral coming round, maybe trying to improve his time to secure 10th.
So Horizon 40's out on the mediums. He's managed to get back out.
I tell you what, he's a brave lad. We know he's quick, but is he that quick?
Got a bit of traffic in front of him.
Yeah, that is the Red Bull of shots. Might even be lucky enough to have a little bit of a tow. Doesn't look to be close enough to suffer from dirty air. Though he will lose out on the understeer, no doubt, in this first sector. As he definitely has. He's nowhere near the car in front of him anymore, so Shots to Drippy obviously having a much better first sector then.
And Collateral Ads is really putting the floor down now. He's 0.7 up in sector 1 on his time, so he's really pushing to secure his place in Q3.
Yeah, if I know
He's still going to
ads,
stay. He's going to stay in the same place.
Yeah, but
Sector 2.8 up now, so
yeah, if I know ads, that first run was on a scrub set of softs. So he will be gaining, no doubt. Hit the apex nicely on the gas, nice and early. The push to the line then.
Ooh.
It's still P10, but
He's
it's
out.
8 tenths, and Collateral Ads is out. He is being pushed out.
by Shots too.
So that's all she wrote then. It wasn't a bad attempt by Horizon 40. He set a 129.8 on those medium tyres. Unfortunately, it's just the mediums absolutely no match for the softs around here.
And that's Q2.
That is indeed the end of Q2. I am going to leave for a brief second. You guys want to go through who we're losing in Q2?
You have a go, Mr. Whippy. Your turn
Yeah,
today.
well, obviously we've got Collateral Ads has gone from Q2. Tornado 0333, Horizon 40 and Hirsch. My Red Bull garage colleague So he's gone. We do still have Shots Too Drippy Red Bull, who qualified in the 10th place. So Red Bull not looking too bad for Q3, but will need to improve quite significantly if he's going to come up the rest of the table. So Ads, Tornado, Horizon 40 and Herschel drop out and will not be participating in Q3.
Yep. Right, now it's for the show. This is where it all comes down to. Q3, where the drivers will be setting their fastest times of the weekend. Hopefully, can anybody challenge ASM Drive? As now, let's see if anybody can throw down that gauntlet. Let's just see which driver is going out. Oh, I see ASM Drive's pit crew already starting to let him out. There he is.
He's away already.
Oh, I've got the game audio glitch. There we go.
Shots to Drippy coming out as well. Fleet Sack out. So just 4 gone so far. Object Fungus now joining.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, that's a big statement from Ali Ferrari. He says, "If
one thing
AMS...
I have noticed though, when I've been watching the Q1 and Q2, AMS Drive seems to be very, very smooth going around the circuit.
Yeah,
a few of the others are having moments every now and then, but he just seems to be so direct. The line is exactly the same every time he goes around, so it's quite a shock if he doesn't make pole on this. He seems to know the circuit off pat, you know.
Yeah,
consistency as well.
Yeah, consistency.
Absolutely. Well, we've heard your pole pick then, Mr. Whippy. Gary.
They're all out now. They are all out. All 10 drivers are out on the track.
Who's your pole pick, Gary?
Hopefully David's there to keep us locked on ASM Drive.
To be fair, he wasn't ignoring me, chat. I had my headset muted. So yeah, that was. I wonder why everyone was talking over me. Yeah, so we've heard Mr. Whippy's pick for pole. Gary, what about you?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go for ASM Drive again. Because unfortunately, the only man that I probably would say could throw the gauntlet down with him has unfortunately binned it in Q2, which is Ali Ferrari. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to go with ASM Drive.
Yeah, he put a big statement in the chat saying if AMS Drive beats his record in a quali session, he will be leaving FPR out. I'm sure he's joking. He wouldn't dare leave. I wouldn't let him. Now, will we see 126s? It is a big ask. I don't think we'll see 26s, to be fair, and quite frankly, I don't think we need to. I think AMS Drive will be looking for around that 127 flat mark. Perhaps with his first run, he is onto the DRS sector now before the last corner. Around he comes, yep, enjoying, definitely agreeing with you guys over the smoothness of AMS Drive. If you ever get a chance to spectate him, it's honestly fantastic to watch, as he does put in a very low 127. Klutschak behind 1.2 seconds off. That is it's not that Klutschak's a slow driver, because he is not, but 1.2 seconds off Object Fungus once again. Not setting a representative lap time first time around. Unfortunately,
David,
doesn't
do you know
have
who was
his teammate
15th?
this time. 15th place. Ali Ferrari.
That was it.
Oh, object. You went a little bit wide there, love. And he's pulled out of his lap, it looks like. Yeah, that is... that's how bad Sector 1 can go.
AMS's time not
19.
looking overly impressive now after Nocky Goat came in 127.5. Passy managed a 127.8 as well, so 3 in the 127s. However, I reckon AMS Drive on his second run will probably, or hopefully, pop that 126.
Well, I wouldn't count him out for sure. And I think it could be even tougher for anyone to challenge him today after Ali Ferrari crashes out in Q2.
Be interesting to watch Ali Ferrari's progress through the field.
Yeah.
After the start.
Of course, he will have free choice of tyres. I wonder whether he will use potentially his choice of tyres at the start to his advantage, or does he rely on his raw pace and just go for the softs?
Well, we know what he's like going through the field. If we turn our minds back to last year in Brazil, had a qualifying ban, was right at the back, and somehow managed to make his way all the way to through the field to win the race.
Yeah, of course.
So
very true.
He is known.
I have to admit, it's a little bit easier overtaking at Brazil than it is here, but we know the guy can race. So, yeah, we'll look forward to that battle during the race. So we're halfway through Q3, near enough.
Shots just starting his last lap.
Let's check his progress through Sector 1 then.
Just going to go for my break.
Okie dokie, Gary. So, shots to Drippy. Through Sector 1 then, that's a 30.8.
30.8.
Yeah, I don't know how good that is, mind.
And lost it.
Just a very small twitch there.
I noticed on his first run actually as well, the rear is very skittish on his car, so maybe he's got the setup slightly wrong on there, or he's just trying too hard coming out of the chicane there.
Yeah, maybe one of the things he will be able to adjust that will help him will be turning his diff down just a little. Not that I want to give tips to anyone racing, but usually you do run higher diffs in quali than you do in the race, or I certainly do anyway. It'll be nice.
I must admit to receiving a tip last night as well, because I was sliding all over the place in practice and couldn't figure out what was going on, and somebody told me to turn my diff right down, so I did, and yeah, it does work. So
absolutely,
maybe that's what Shots needs to do.
Yeah.
Turn it down a couple of notches and see how he goes then.
Alright, I'm just gonna, while there's no one on track, let me just, oh god, I'm a fraud.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on outlaps at the moment.
Let's get MS Yorkie back in, sorry, bear with me a second. Where is Yorkie?
Yorkie's in pits.
Yeah, he's left the session. I can't find him in my recently played with. There he is.
And AMS out for his second run now.
Yeah, let's get him back in the game. So, Object Fungus is invalidated. Klutschjack coming through Sector 1. Where is AG Passy? AG Passy is just a little bit behind, I believe. So, Coach Jack also invalidating. Oh. Let's check out the Passy then. Currently P3, one of only 3 drivers in the 127 club. Lewis's internet's just popped, so that's why he left. It looks like there's been an incident maybe in Sector 1, though no, okay, I think it was just someone getting out of the way. Yeah, so...
Yeah. AMS has backed off, so no 126 on this lap.
I'm sure he'll give it another go. He does have enough time. As invalidated this time around, we will stick. Will we stick with Quick Strat? No, we will stick with AG Passy for the final corner. It looks very smooth through there. Power down, rear wing open, hug the track limits, and it's a 27.3. That is mighty close to AMS Drive. Really good lap,
good.
And he has invalidated on.
Just riding with shots again now, see if he made any adjustments while he was in the pits and see how his final lap goes.
Yeah.
Obviously taking an interest as he's Red Bull the same as me, so come on shots, let's go.
Across the line to start his lap. If you want to keep an eye on him, I will look towards the front. AMS Drive has another go. Nocco has invalidated. Brookie Nanny Messi also on a slow lap. Who's actually on a lap? Superb. Batesy.
Shots. May have invalidated there, I'm not sure.
No, he's still clean. Pro tip, if you
got away
bring
with it,
up your spectator menu and put the track map on, the track goes red when a driver invalidates.
Right, I've got the map on, didn't realise that. As I say, all new and all learning, so good stuff.
Oh, I've missed the whole Quali session.
Shocking, Gary. Absolutely shocking.
Yellow in Sector 3.
Yeah. Lewis, if you want to drop just something in the chat when your internet is back up and ready, we can get you an invite back in.
I may invite him back in.
Oh, who's that? Come on out the way, my man. Rookie, get out the way. Oh, nice. Shots is going to get a nice little toe down here, and off you go.
Shots across the line, only P9.
Yeah, goes to 9.
Super Batesy
It was
invalidated. AMS Drive, however, he's improving.
Shots lap there, very visibly steadier.
Got so
13.
close to a 126.
Yeah.
Object Fungus is not on a lap. He has 100% battery, so he's either been doing a fast lap, forgetting to turn his battery on, or he's bailed out. Looks like he's bailed out as he pulls into the pits. Well, Ali, yeah, you were correct in saying that he wasn't going to beat it. I don't think anyone would have challenged you on that, because a 126.7 is mighty absolutely mighty in a qualifying session.
Oh.
Well, that is the end of qualifying 3 then. Your pole sitter for today is AMS Drive. Second place is AG Passy in the McLaren. Must add AMS Drive in the Haas. Nocco Egot in the Mercedes in P3. Further down the grid we've got Monkey Boy Brookie, Object, Klutschak, Yorkie, Shots, and Super Batesy rounding out the top 10. Well, you know what time it is now. It's time to go to the race.
And everybody keeping eyes out on Ali Ferrari.
Absolutely. We have a countdown. I assume that is only a countdown to join into the race. Of course, spectators have privilege, so we get to sit here anyway. At least I hope so. There you go, waiting for players. Oh. Yeah, so. Little bit of a... oh my god, someone's pressed the button.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Someone done readied up. Shocking, shocking, shocking. I've barely had time to take a sip of my drink. Well, we'll see how many don't pull away from the start. As it looks like Pert Pixels. Very, very laggy. What? This is a god awful start.
I think Yorkie has oh no, money's gone. They'll go in. Bit jumbled up.
I think
Yorkie
Shots may have damaged his car on there.
I think Yorkie's internet is still playing silly buggers. His game is done. I think Yorkie's had to pull out with internet problems. I will say, Lewis, if you can manage to get back in and you're not confident, then try and retire in the pits. I don't know if you're able to do that. I doubt it, but if you think it's going to keep playing silly buggers. So anyway, let's do a very, very quick grid rundown. I will do through to P10, then Gary, if you want to go through the top 10. 17th place, we've got Pert Pixel after his quali ban. 16th place, Revenge Gillette. Down in P15 is Ali Ferrari. P14 is last year's champion Hirsch. P13, Horizon 40. P12 is Tornado, and P11 Collateral Ads.
And then in P10 we've got Super Batesy. P9 is Shots Too Drippy. In P8, LWS Yorkie. Hopefully you can rejoin back. P7 in the Alpha Tower is OMT Kujak. The first of the McLarens of Object Thunder sits in P6. The Alpha Romeo of Buckinelli Messi, first race of the season for today. And P4, surprisingly, is Monkey Boy Kurt. And P3 is Noko El Egot. And then we have the second McLaren of AG Passy in P2. And on pole is AMS Drive.
Well, thank you very much, Gary. Well, it looks like we're going to be waiting just a couple more seconds for the last few drivers to come in. I will add, interestingly, the whole grid, apart from first and last, is in a giant Haas sandwich.
Oh no.
Which is, well, it's not where you want to be. As the lights start to go out, 3, 4, 5 lights. Away they go then. AMS Drive gets away from the line nice and quickly. Noko has made a lightning start into P2 from P3. He has got the move done on AG Passy. Further back, it looks like Monkey Boy has managed to hold it in P4. Super Batesy battling with shots too drippy in P8 and P9 respectively. Other than that, it all looks very, very nice and calm early on.
Well, Ali Ferrari's managed to pick up 3 places already. He's now up to 12th and pushing hard on Hirsch.
Ooh, he had a quick look up the inside of Hirsch.
Yep.
Well, Hirsch is on the back of Tornado then. Whew, very close Hirsch is to the back. Yeah.
Something's wrong with LSW Yorkie.
Yeah, I believe he's racing on AI at the moment. Oh, very close there. Ali Ferrari getting past Tornado though. He is into P11. That is 4 places in the first lap. Meanwhile, AMS Drive not managed to pull out the leads that he would be expecting. He is currently 7 steps up after the first lap of Nocco in P2. P3 at the moment is AG Passy. Losing out on the start but maintaining his focus to keep in touch with the leader.
2 people have dived into the pits.
3 people have dived into the pits.
Yeah, Yorkie's retiring.
Yorkie has retired.
Batesy and Tornado both into the pits, dropping places now.
Yeah, both onto the medium tyres, and as we see our first penalty of the afternoon, that is for Horizon 40.
Oh, contact between Ads and Pixel.
Ads on those hard tyres,
Oh.
and there's been contact with Horizon 40 as well. Oh, that does not look good. Little bit naughty there from Collateral. Ads takes out 2 drivers in 1 corner. Jesus. That is a trip to the steward's office, I believe. Looking further down the grid, we've got Klutschak battling hard with Object Fungus. Tries to go around the outside, pulls out. Oh, he's hit the back of Fungus as he had the overspeed through the middle of the corner. AMS Drive pushing early on into this race then, and he's got that second over Nocco as the DRS gets enabled. Excuse me.
Horizon 40 about to pit. Obviously wing damage with the contact with Collateral.
Yeah, so
The Horizon's pitted.
interestingly, Perk Pixel didn't need to pit. Klutschak has picked up 3 seconds, as has
And shots too.
Can someone send Horizon a invite back to the lobby? So, who's close on track? It looks like Ali Ferrari on the back of Klutschak then. He is into P9 as it is. Good start this from Klutschak, from Ali Ferrari. He won't be looking into that corner to overtake, but he'll be thinking of the DRS straight right here then. Klutschak, I believe, will have toe off the guy in front. We'll take a look. He goes around the outside, thinks better of it. Gets the good drive off the corner. DRS open once again onto the start-finish line. Klutschak defends to the inside. Ali Ferrari goes back. Pulls out of the move. Good sensible driving there from the guys in the middle of the pack. AG Passy has got past Nocco into 2nd place then. Getting back what he lost from the start. Bookie Nanny Messi up into 4th past Monkey Boy. Woo, it's been an exciting start. We'll just flip onto.
Oh, objects dropped it on the hairpin on the staging section.
Oh, and thankfully ghosting is on, because on the apex of that corner, that's not where you want to be. So I've just pulled up the position changes. Who stands out for you then, Mr. Whippy?
At the moment, Hirsch. He's Hirsch and Ali Ferrari. Hirsch has done 8th place improvement, as Ferrari, Ali Ferrari. And those two seem to be making steady progress, although they are. In fact, Ali Ferrari just gone past Hirsch now. So Ali Ferrari making his way through. He's now 6th and just about 7 seconds behind Monkey Boy Kurt. But we're seeing quite a few penalties to pick up now. There's 5 drivers with penalties. So I don't think it'll be long before there'll be a few more appearing. But certainly at the moment, Ali Ferrari absolutely flying, 10 places up off the grid.
Yeah, cracking stuff from him. Next up the road, 2.4 seconds, is Monkey Boy Kurt, who is just about clinging to the back of Brookie Nanny Messi. You can't help but feel like it won't be long before Ali Ferrari catches back up to the front runners.
And just lost Nocco into the pits as well, so he's dropped right down the list.
Yeah, Nocco putting on a set of mediums. They probably will go to the end from here, 20 laps. Tornado picking up at 3 seconds.
And Perk Pixel as well. Like I said, the penalties will start coming thick and fast shortly.
He's dropped it.
Yeah, Perk Pixel in Sector 1. Horizon
Yep.
is catching up. Although, looks like he made
By
a
the
bit of
way.
a hash
Just
of
gone
the
past.
end of Sector 1. It's a nice free position for Horizon 40. Did someone invite him back into the lobby?
Yes, I did. It looks like he's driving.
Good to hear
2
then.
more penalties.
Shots to Drippy into the pits. Is that 4 damage? It looks like it is. He is putting on a set of mediums, hoping to take him to the end. Collateral Ads gets passed by Revenge Zilla. So Collateral Ads is on the hard tyres. It's worth mentioning. Those tyres, they'll be absolutely awful at the moment as Revenge Zilla makes a mistake possibly. Maybe he decided to let Ads back past. You don't know, as Lewis 1 decides he wants to get in on the spectating lark. The only retiree from this race so far than Lewis Yorkie. He is not had the best of days, I think it's fair to say. Meanwhile, we are looking at this battle then for 8th place.
Have you seen what he's put in chat, David?
I have. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Why did Yorkie retire? Game was messing up.
Ali
Big one.
Ferrari's
Messing up someone's
Ali
race.
Ferrari just completed the fastest lap of the race so far, so he's still pushing forward now in 4th.
Object going for a double overtake.
Yeah. He gets the move done then on the soft tyres. I don't know if you've heard, Lewis. Michael Massey actually lost his job earlier today. So rip in peace.
What's your opinion on what happened in the last race?
I have no
I
sympathy
mean,
for him.
I must admit, I'm neither a fan of Hamilton or of Verstappen, so I wasn't really that bothered on who actually won the championship. But I think my own personal opinion was that Lewis was got at. That should the way it panned out should never have happened. You can't change a rule halfway through a race or near the end of a race. So that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, your Lewis fans will say, you say,
Oh,
you
Ad's just hit
can't.
the wall.
Yep, we caught that. And he is going to lose out to Revengezilla now, as predictably has run out of ERS. Yeah, you're going to get your Hamilton fans saying, oh, it should never have happened. You're going to get the Max fans saying, oh, well, the championship should have been won earlier. I honestly think more of the neutrals will probably say you probably shouldn't change the rules willy-nilly, but at the same time people get bored of the same person winning all the time. So overall,
True.
I don't want to say that it's good for the sport the way it panned out, because it's certainly not, but I think it's definitely driven up the interest
In the
I
sport.
think
yeah.
I would agree with you there because for me personally, I lost interest in Formula One for a long time as it became a procession. The only overtaking was done in the pits, so it became a little bit of a bore fest. But certainly last season, all the way through, really got the interest going again, and I'm looking forward to this season, and hopefully it will be as exciting as last one was.
Yeah, the new regulations, of course, coming in, supposedly making it easier to overtake, lessen the effect of dirty air. I believe we're getting the return of ground effect. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Not too certain. I haven't seen any of the rule changes myself, but anything to make it more exciting is great. I mean, I used to watch touring cars many years ago, and that was great until they introduced the pit stops, and then it became a bit similar to Formula One, where the gaps opened up, and it wasn't as exciting as it used to be. So hopefully, any rule changes that make Formula One a more exciting spectacle for the fans, it's got to be a good thing, and just hopefully it'll pan out that that's the way it works through the season.
Yeah, as long as it stays that way for the fans, of course, not for other reasons. We like a little bit of excitement, to say the very least. Back in the race, actually, before we move on, we're just going to say
someone has lost it.
Horizon 40's DNF.
Yeah, retired
I
in
think
the pits.
I think just Shots made a mistake.
Oh,
Just
right.
on the side, Ali Ferrari now within DRS range of Hassi.
Now I know
that would be for second.
I know these two guys are, if not friends, they are great fans of each other. So I would imagine that AG Passy not going to put up too much of a fight.
No, he's
Well, there's not, to
Nice
be
and
honest, not
gentlemanly
really
there.
too much you can do.
no, it was only going to be a matter of time really before Ferrari came past.
Oh, AMS driver
now,
in the
obviously,
pits.
now
from the
obviously
lead.
with Ali Ferrari going first, now he's got to make a decision on whether he goes for a couple of quick laps on what he's got left on his tyres and sees if he can undercut AMS.
He's come out in P5 in a lovely bit of clean air. Has to be said, 6 seconds behind him, 6 seconds in front of him. Oh, Lewis tempting fate by saying safety car now. Well, nah, it's not going to happen.
Super Batesy's pretty much shot his bolt. 12 seconds worth of penalties and not even halfway through the race yet.
Yeah, let's have another quick look at the penalty situation. Yeah, so 12 seconds worth of penalties for Super Batesy. Meanwhile, Shots to Drippy has 8. Also, Perk Pixel picking up 9 seconds. He will, of course, have 15 seconds added to the end of the race, to the end of his race time, I should say. if he were to finish the
Ali
race.
Ferrari's just come in the pits.
Right.
Sorry.
Well.
Race leader in the pits.
Yeah.
Passey's coming in as well by the look of it. His crew was getting ready as he was going past.
Yeah. So the gap before the lap was around 4.6 seconds. Then what will the gap be? Hirsch still out on those tyres out in front. Looks like there's been a little bit of a gain from AMS Drive. The gap up to 5.1 seconds.
0.1.
Ali Ferrari will have the slightly fresher tyres, ever so slightly fresher tyres towards the end of the race. Of course, now Ali Ferrari staying in front of AG Passy, which is very important. Hopefully nothing untoward happens. I think what we might expect to see is AG Passy and Ali Ferrari giving themselves a nice little tow to help catch up to AMS Drive. And I'll tell you what, I've called it. It's going to happen. It's Connor here says Mick Schumacher for 2022 World Champion. Well, that is definitely wishful thinking. Although, of course, we don't know the outright pace of the grid at the moment. What I think can be said for certain is we're probably going to have the Mercedes and the Red Bull
Hirschin.
at the top. Hirsch, okay, so the last of the drivers to pit is Hirsch, so Ali Ferrari. Now the gap down to 4.3 seconds. Maybe that was a bit of a mistake from AMS Drive on that previous lap. Ooh, it's going down, it's now 4.1.
4.4, yeah. Closing very fast. 3.9 now. So Ferrari's taking time out of him, chunk after chunk.
Yeah, I'm sure it will not bother AMS Drive one bit. Meanwhile, AG Passy still clinging on behind Ali Ferrari at the moment. Nice smooth driving there from AG Passy, even with the dirty air off the carb in front. He is pushing, he has the ERS open, It's not even the DRS straight. He is catching up. I dare say the fastest man on the track at this very precise moment is AG Passy. Slipstream assisted, mind, but he's got the DRS open. Ali Ferrari doesn't have the DRS. He's pulled out unless he wants to go on the start-finish straight then. Tornado picks up another 3-second penalty. So here, AG Passy. Oh, AG. Yeah. Oh, Passy. Passy. Use each other. If you're going to not pass each other, use each other. Get the DRS. Off you go.
We could be losing Batesy soon as well. That's another 2 penalties he's just received in quick succession.
Oh dear.
So that will put him on at least 18 seconds now.
It is on the 18 seconds. That means he's got, I believe, 4 more penalties. Oh.
And just on halfway through the race, so doubtful as to whether he's going to finish or not.
Yeah, Nocco picking up another 3 second. Let's quickly go through.
Oh! He just lost it at turn 1 into the wall.
Who's that?
Batesy.
Oh, Batesy has no front wing. No yellow
he's obviously
flags,
struggling.
No nothing out.
Oh, he's getting out of the way of people.
Very sensible driving. Commend you there, Super Batesy.
Kirk Pixel's picking up quite a few penalties now as well at the moment, so he's obviously struggling as well.
Now on 15 seconds.
Riding with Ali Ferrari, we've got a visible reduction
he's
in
just
the gap
crashed into
between
the wall.
AMS.
Bates is out.
Bates, yeah.
That should be a safety car.
On exit of this long. Oh God! It looks like
Oh God,
Pixel had a wash of understeer there. He's
it's
lost
got
his front
wing
wing.
either. Safety. Oh,
Safety car. Safety car. Safety car. Whoa.
Yeah, restart on this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it last night. That was definitely an interesting safety car restart.
Which one, the first one or the second one?
The second one. I think it was the
Yeah,
second
where none of the front runners could put their pedal down because he hadn't let the safety car go off properly, had he?
Yeah. So, will we see any drivers dip into the pits, you reckon?
I must admit, on the second safety car last night, I was quite happy because with the melee that happened once everybody did start going, 4 or 5 drivers DNF'd. So I managed to pick up 4 or 5 places in one turn, which was rather good.
Not bad at all.
Pixel's come in. That front wing change.
Right, well, as the safety cars just come out, I'm going to go for a very, very quick break. Keep the fellas entertained. You guys know what to do. I trust it.
Yeah, right. As you're new, Mr. Whiffy, as we usually do on a safety car,
Yeah.
we got. Oh no, we're not doing it yet. I'll wait till you come back. Airson Drive has jumped into the pits.
Do I need to be worried?
No. It's just our sponsor. So, it's our regular sponsor.
Race leaders come into the pits. Passy has stayed out. So Ferrari's gone into the pits. He's now dropping down the order. I don't really see the need for fresh tyres if you've only got a couple of laps on them, on the mediums.
I think the people who've jumped in know that. Oh, Ari Ferrari's got in front of Airson Drive.
He's changed the softs.
Yeah, they both gone in. I think Ari somehow jumped Airson Drive.
Yeah.
Or am I seeing things?
No, AMS is definitely behind Ali.
Oh dear. I wonder what happened to Airson Drive.
Mind you,
Get
Ali
held up
Ferrari's
by
got some work.
Pixel.
He's got Nocco and Hirsch in front of him. And Passy, at the moment, Passy's looking favourite for pulling away at the front here. Because Ferrari's definitely going to have his work cut out. AMS is also going to have his work cut out as well. Because he's got Ferrari in front of him. So the race finish certainly isn't cut and dry. It was looking good for AMS for a long time. And all of a sudden, one safety car and a couple of pit stops, and things are definitely changing.
Yeah, but Airson Drive and Ari Ferrari, Brookie Nanny Messi, and let me have a look who else. Ari Ferrari, AMS Drive, Brookie Nanny Messi, and Revenge Zero all have gone in for the softs, so they're going to be incredibly fast. But will their tyres make it to the end?
Yeah.
10 laps. Well, there'll be 9. Well, the safety car's not going in on this lap, so it'll be 9 laps on those tyres at full race pace. But I still think AG Passy is looking good at the moment because he's only got 3 laps on his mediums. He's got 3 cars between him and Ferrari and AMS. Obviously, Ferrari and AMS have got to get past those guys, and they're not no slouches either, even though they're on the mediums. So I've got a feeling that Passy may well pull away enough for the 9 laps to certainly get a podium, if not a race win. I could be wrong, but then again, I'm sort of laying it on the line there.
No, I think you're perfectly valid in what you're saying. There's a lot of cars to have to pass, even with the fresh softs around here. Not a lot of overtaking positions here. I am back, and that can only mean one thing. Well, you might be new to this, Mr. Whippy. You might have heard it before. But
What's this?
It is time to hear from our sponsor of the week. So, just a reminder to everyone out there that FPRL is sponsored by the one and only David's Bevy of the Week. And this week, we are bringing you information on, well, actually, once again, it's kind of obvious. Once again, it's the Jack Daniel's Apple and Pepsi Max. It's all I've got in the cupboard. I've got no defence. So yeah, it's a boring one this week. What about everyone else in the party?
I'll let you go first, Mr. Bippy.
Oh, mine's quite easy. I'm very lucky. My youngest daughter actually runs a cocktail company, doing deliveries and making cocktails in the Carterton, Brize, Norton area of Oxfordshire. So I'm actually drinking a penis colada this evening.
Oh, what a legend! Up the whippies in chat.
Indeed. Yeah. There you go.
I don't know if I want to say what mine is, because mine's a bit of out there.
I mean, if you don't tell them, I will.
Oh, okay.
Can it be more out there than
the
pina colada?
No, it's not a pina colada. It's a penis colada.
Oh, does it have like a small bag of dicks in it or something? I don't know.
No, we're going off tangent here.
My cocktail stick really is a cocktail.
Ah,
fantastic. Oh my god.
Oh dear. I want to see pictures in the Discord later on.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
No problem. I'll get them sorted.
Well, I don't know if mine's more out there than that. I'm drinking. I went down my local village shop and I saw something I've never seen: bubblegum flavoured vodka. I'm trying it. It's weird, but nice at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I honestly don't.
I can't imagine what it would taste like. I know it's bubblegum, but does it actually taste like bubblegum, or?
Yeah, it's just alcoholic bubblegum, basically.
You can't say fairer than that, can you?
It's very sweet.
Well, I suppose you'd need sweet to get over the taste of vodka. Brings back bad memories. Let's just say that, shall we?
If there's one thing I've noticed, that the drivers are quite good of not hit each other under the safety car.
It's very nice
not like
to
last
see that.
night.
Of course, AG passed. The safety car should be coming in this lap.
Pat Pixel's still catching up.
He should be in the third sector at the same time. So
I think every single lap the safety car has been out has played into Patsy's hands, to be fair.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as we
Coming
have the notification from race control, the safety car is in this lap. That means for once I'm going to remember to go boop.
Oh yes, did it this time.
TS9 says in the chat, even better when you have the Sweets Millions bubblegum flavour in them. I'm not a Millions guy. I don't think I've ever had them, but yeah, I can appreciate the sentiment. I've had some Skittles vodka in my time. As away goes AG Passy and Monkey Boy Kurt and Hirsch are side by side. Hirsch will have the inside for the first corner. Gets the move done. AG Passy nice and clean. Ali Ferrari
still at the back of that group.
5.
Object spun.
Any overtakes.
Object has spun. He is down into P14, unfortunately for him. You can see how much more grip Ali Ferrari and the rest of the soft runners have through that first sector.
Already going for knock.
And he has got past Can AMS Drive following through. He has not at the moment.
I don't know if you saw at the start, but ASM Drive went immediately on the attack.
Yeah, quite possibly.
He's not managed to get past Knocko at the moment. Still behind him.
He is now.
He's going to be on the inside. going under the hotel section. AMS Drive got that move done nice and early. So Ali Ferrari 9 attempts up the road, and Hirsch is in the wall.
Whoa, it's gone. That's Hirsch.
Oh
Hirsch is
dear.
gone.
Caught the back of that. I'm not
Safety
car
sure
yet
what's
again.
happened. Safety car. We were
Hirsch into the wall.
We were under green flags for just under a lap into
With Zilla
mission
there,
screen.
and from behind, Hirsch just literally piled himself into the wall. Not sure if he had contact with anybody. Didn't seem to be any contact from behind.
Yeah.
And I was just about to remark as well that Zilla was going to be at the back of a DRS train there, and we should probably watch out for a move up the field from Zilla late on. I think he's possible podium material as well.
Yeah.
But obviously now Passy in front, Ferrari's in third here. Second restart, I think it's now playing out of Passy's hands and back into Ferrari's hands, with 4 or 5 laps to do on the softs against Passy's mediums.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a possible Ali Ferrari victory, which would be fantastic. It'll be 13 places off the grid up to first place. Zilla's made 10 up, so again another big improvement from him. And I've got a feeling Zilla, if all goes well on his DRS train and he can get past Brookie and pull up close to AMS, then Zilla may end up 3rd, 4th place, something like that.
Yeah.
But
So
at the moment, I'm slightly changing towards Ferrari as the favourite at the moment.
What is nice to see when we've got a safety car period this late in the race is the top 6 drivers having no penalties, and that is nice for us in multiple ways, because it means the best drivers are the cleanest drivers. In theory, it also means that I don't have to do any mental maths to figure out who comes where at the top. So big appreciation. But while we're under safety car, let's have a quick recap of penalties. So the first penalty is looking down the grid. Tornado, he's got 6 seconds from P7. P8, Collateral Ads has picked up 3 seconds. Klutschak P9 has got 6. It's unusual for Klutschak, he's such a clean driver normally. Nocco he got in P10, currently 6 seconds, the same as the guys around him. That includes Shots to Drippy P11, also 6 seconds. So it might look a little bit tasty for this fight for 9th, even possibly 7th.
Object Fungus is without any penalties on my screen.
So there's 5 laps to go. Object Fungus, if he can keep within 6 seconds and 3 seconds of ads, he's looking good. We'll just go back to the tyres then. So a lot of these guys at the back have
I was just going to mention that, actually, the tyres, as I say, from last night's race, and speaking to a couple of the other guys afterwards, on the mediums it was laps 5 to 6 where the mediums came in. It took a long time for them to actually get the grip that you would expect from a set of medium tyres. So looking at Passy and Monkey Boy, they're now in that zone where the mediums will be at their best. And I think with only 5 laps to go, 4 laps at the end of this one, even though Ferrari's on softs, he's going to have hard work getting past these two. Really up in the air at the moment as to who's going to win this. It's coming down to a real sort of bull's-ache fast finish on here.
Yeah, we like a good finish in Tier 1. We get it so often. And today, I'm sure, will be no exception. I believe safety car will more than likely be in this lap. Michael Massey in my ear, letting me know that. Any second now, safety car in this lap. Oh, there you go.
There we go. Good show.
Good show indeed. So it's up to AG Passy to pace the field, and what he's got to do, as well as Monkey Boy in second, is get some heat into those tyres as quick as possible. We'll watch the safety cars dot come towards the pit lane as he peels off. AG Passy having to delay a little bit just to be careful of the restart. And away they go.
Ferrari pulling up on the outside.
There's slight contact with Monkey Boy. He's going to go to the inside. Monkey Boy defends. Ali Ferrari goes to the outside. Gives him the inside for turn 2. And that is the move done.
Nice
and AEMS Drive follows him through. Great double move. Monkey Boy is dropping backwards. Oh, Monkey Boy. Brookie Nanny Messi also gets past. Klutschak is out. Tornado has spun around. Klutschak in the wall.
Won't be a safety car.
It won't be a safety car. There's not long enough yet. Shots to Drippy. Picks up a penalty. Object Fungus up into 10th place then. He looks pretty much on for at least P7. Now at the front, AG Passy is leading still. Ali Ferrari 5 just behind him, and behind him still is AMS Drive. AMS Drive in the Haas this evening. This is the closest you will see the Haas to the front of the grid for the next 12 months.
I'll say that.
This is Ferrari's race for the losing now. He's making a move into the last corner now anyway, so Ferrari takes over the lead of the race.
Now, we saw a little bit of gamesmanship from these two earlier, where AG Passy refuses to overtake. Is it a smart move for Ali Ferrari to go past so quickly? Surely AG Passy will not be able to fight off AMS Drive for long.
Passy needs to stay within DRS really to have any chance here.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard, especially through this first sector. Of course, DRS not activated yet. He's keeping her on the track very nicely. AG Passy, of course, picking up a podium last week. You love to see it. Up for another one this week. Ali Ferrari on the top step as it stands at the moment once again. Rookie Nanny Messi, meanwhile, in 4th. He's dropping a little bit back to AMS Drive. The gap at the moment is 2.3 seconds. As Revengezilla picks up a penalty from P6. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to do the mental maths. So Revengezilla picks up 3 seconds. He is currently 1.8 seconds in front of Object Fungus. So Object Fungus looks set to potentially pick up 6th position. AG Passy impressively staying in front of AMS Drive. And
just gone out the DRS.
Like you say, with Mr. Whippy, those medium tyres look like they could be good to go at this point. Soft tyres doing 7 laps. They must be starting.
I'm only a novice driver, but even I noticed last night after 6 or 7 laps, those mediums were as sticky as the softs were for me. Obviously, it'll be slightly different for the Tier 1 drivers, but for me, the mediums didn't come into their own until lap 6 or 7. So Passy's now into that zone on those mediums where they're going to do him some good, but whether he can hold out against AMS, I don't know.
It's a bit of a melee in the midfield pack between Brookie, Monkey, Zilla, Collateral and Shots.
Yeah, a little bit of a train going on.
Bit of a train, yeah. Oh, there goes.
Oh, that's a spun it.
Adds a spun.
That's how you turn around properly, William Cornforth.
Oh, shots fired. Pew, 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 pew.
Wow.
Oh dear. Unbelievable scenes here.
I had to after the last night.
Yeah, I was going to mention Perk Pixel now going up the inside of Object Fungus, and it's going to be a fruitless move, to be honest. He's got so many penalties. I don't think he's in for.
He's also got He's also got 15 more seconds to end it at the end of the race
what I
as
was
well.
talking about.
Monkey Boy making a move on Brooksy and pulls on the inside of turn
yes.
Oh, yeah, Monkey Boy
1.
gets the move
Gets
done
the position back.
into P4. Meanwhile, AG Passy has been passed by AMS Drive. There is 2 laps left, and
Passy
AG
gets
has
a
picked
warning.
up a 3-second penalty. All of a sudden,
Should be
can
okay.
Monkey Boy pull something
Get the
out of the
podium.
bag? The gap currently 4.4 seconds. Can he make the 1.5 up? We will never know. At the moment, the gap between first and second, 2 seconds. It's coming down ever so slightly.
Perk Pixels just got the inside of the stadium section on Noki got.
Yeah, it's he's having a late resurgence in this race. Is Perk Pixel? He is next up the road. Is Shots to Drippy. A little bit wide there under the hotel.
The only trouble for Perk is that he's got 18 seconds worth of penalties. So.
And 15 seconds on top of that.
Oh, Revenge Zero could have
yeah,
gone for a move.
sorry.
Brookie's gone for a move up the inside of Monkey.
Yeah, Monkey looks like he's given the space, but that is invited Zilla
He's
into
going to make a
this
double over
fight.
there.
Yeah, Zilla's coming
gonna
through
have
as well. This is.
He does have the
Zilla's gone
3-second.
through.
No, he's going to rue the day he got that 3-second penalty.
Yeah.
Brookie and Monkey
Oh,
Boy.
oh.
It looks like there was a
They
little
come
bit of
together.
contact there. It looks like
Shots
Shots.
is. Oh,
Did he get damage? He
Oh,
goes
he-
up the... Ooh, he's a brave man sticking it up the inside there. Monkey Boy is suddenly from P4 down into P6 and looking like he's going to lose out to P7. Meanwhile, Revengezilla 5-6 seconds now behind AG Passy as Put Pixel picks up another penalty in P8. He is going to be out of the points tonight, I think.
I did say
Tornado's
earlier on
got
that Zilla was
12.
looking
Oh,
good
Pat
for
Pixel's
us.
out.
Oh,
Oh no!
On the final lap, yep, he is in
Did
the
he
middle
make
of the
contact with
track.
somebody?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened
And
there.
get the last podium points position.
It does indeed look like it. We'll just take a quick look at the penalties then. Tornado, yep, just confirming that. As Ali Ferrari comes around the final corner then. He is going to take victory here today in Jeddah for
we've
the...
got Brookie right behind Zilla.
Yep, we'll take a look at that. Of course, only for Pride. Can he get him before the line? Not
Oh,
quite,
he's gonna
but
get
he does
P5.
take it
Zilla on the
anyway.
line.
No, it's P6, sorry.
So, the Podium Sitters today
Look, cracking
Are
that.
the same from last week.
are the exact same from last week. Is there a theme going on here? Well remembered,
Yeah.
by the way, Gary. I don't remember that. Wow. So, this week, your winner once again is Ali Ferrari. This time from P15 on the grid. That's a monumental effort from him. Take nothing away from the guy in second and third. That is AMS Drive and AG Passy. They've really pushed it to the limits today around such a tricky track. Picking up second and third. Meanwhile, P4, good finish for Brookie Nanny Messi. P5, Object Fungus once again getting it up there towards the sharp end. P6 is Revengezilla.
You'll be happy
Good
with
finish. Good finish. He'll definitely be happy with that. Monkey Boy Kurt 97 then in P7. By the way, the Podium Sitters being invited to the party.
that. I will do that in a second. I've just got to take some screenshots.
Gary! Come on. Anyway, Monkey Boy P7, Shots to Drippy P8. P9 is Nocco, unfortunate after the start, and P10 is Collateral Ads picking up the last point of the day. I'll just have a quick look there so Gary can take a screenshot of the race results.
Already done it.
Have you gone all the way to the bottom? He's a good boy.
Yeah.
Well, that is the end of the race today then, but fear not, there is a nice little podium party gonna come up as we interview the podium sitters for this race. We're just gonna hop in. Right, okay, so if I take third place, Mr. Whippy, do you want to take second and Gary take the winner?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so well, third place, AG Passy once again.
Yeah.
Another good race for you. Obviously, you started on the front row this week. Not quite living up to the same qualifying time as AMS Drive. Do you think you could have... I mean, to be fair, you were only a couple of attempts away. Do you think you could have really pushed him for pole today?
Maybe, but it would have been, or it must have been an absolute perfect lap for me. So it would have been very, very difficult to catch him in qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Take nothing away from your lap. I believe it was a 27.3. I have no shame in saying that is 2.8 seconds faster than my time trial time. So still a mighty lap all the same. So during the race, we saw you catch up to the back of Ali Ferrari. And this is before safety cars, I believe. It shows that it showed that you were a bit hesitant to pass Ali Ferrari. I think is the nice way to say it. Were you playing the unofficial team game between you?
Yeah, I enjoyed the tow a lot from Ali. It was very good because I saw we catch up to Amos Drive and I just didn't want to pass him because I know every time I would be quicker when I passed him, Ali would be quicker when he passed me, so we would have lost time when I passed him. So I just stick behind him, and it was probably the best thing I did. So yeah, and then the safety car came, and then I took a huge gamble.
Yeah, a huge gamble you did indeed take. So my final question at the moment then is, so you obviously opted to stay on the mediums until the end of the race. I think overall you'd probably be happy with your decision. Did you think so soon after the first safety car, we saw Ali and AMS pick up a couple of positions early on? Did you think that you could hold them back as that second safety car came out?
Definitely, yeah. Because there were three cars between us, between me, Ali, and AMS, so that I thought they're gonna be stuck there. But unfortunately, the second safety car came out, so I only had Monkey Boy between us, and yeah, they easily catched him. So that was game over there, and I knew that. And then I picked up a time penalty. It was even more worse, but I kept P3, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, indeed. So congratulations to you once again, AG Passy. It's your second podium in a row. That is third place.
Congrats to Amos Drive and Ali Ferrari once again. Two great drivers.
Absolutely. That is all the questions I have. I'm going to pass over to Mr. Whippy to interview second place.
AMS Drive. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You have a new number one fan. I am mightily impressed with your performance this evening. Slightly disappointed you didn't win the race because I did have you out there for quite a while as my winner. Starting off with the qualifying, do you think a 126 were on the cards, or were you happy with your 127.0?
It was definitely on the cards. I mean, my last lap in quali was the bank was solid, 27.1, and it was just slowly kind of ramping up the lap time through all the sessions. But then my final lap, I think I invalidated the first run, and then the last lap was just a bit too ambitious on the throttle most of the times, and it was very sideways. So definitely not a perfect lap, but still did the job. I'm very happy with it.
And you didn't consider the mediums as an option for one of the qualifications?
No, not really. It's such a big. They are like over a second slower, and it's I don't know. It's just with this track, it's just so risky, as you saw with some other drivers. But yeah, especially like at the start, you just want to kind of keep yourself out of the midfield and keep your nose clean. So definitely softs at the start, kind of keep myself out of it. Was definitely the best bet.
Yeah, I think one of the things that impressed me most about your drive this evening was how clean and precise you were. Your driving was so smooth, which I would obviously put down to you doing a lot of practice. Going on to the race, you were looking in a really favourable position right up until about 10, 12 laps from the end when the safety car came out. And then you were jumped by Zilla in the pit stop. What happened there? We didn't actually see how he managed to get in front of you.
So it was quite nice. I was taking it very easy in the first few laps, and then lap 9 was my chosen pit stop window. Onto the mediums, feeling very good, and then lap 11, it was after the kind of 180-degree left-hander at the start of the second sector that you then had that little S, that really quick right left, and I picked up end plate damage on the exit. Not a huge amount, but it was like enough to kind of halt my progress. So they were slowly reining the gap. So kind of a safety car was actually quite lucky, quite fortunate in the end. So I changed my wing in the pit stop, and that's how Ali jumped me.
Yeah, I mean, we were watching you as well after the second safety car as well, and you seem to have got stuck slightly behind Monkey Boy as Ali Ferrari went through. And then Ferrari, obviously, it took off from there. Was there anything you think you could have done to have caught up with Ali Ferrari, or was that just a case of on the night he was the faster in the last few laps, or could you have done something, do you think, or did you literally run out of options towards the end of the race?
Yeah, he definitely cut through the traffic a lot better than me. Definitely on AG, got past very quickly, and then I made a mistake on my lap approaching the pass, which kind of set my progress back a lap. I mean, maybe if we didn't have those cars between them with Slipstream DRS, it could have been like a bit more tactical. And definitely those last couple of laps, I was kind of matching his pace. So it's just kind of a what could have been if I didn't get the wing damage, if I didn't have to lose that time in the pit stop, could have been ahead. But still, second place, very happy with it. And I mean, it's just like, well done to Ali to come from the back like that is really, really amazing.
Well, I'll certainly be watching you again if I get to do some more comms. Again, mightily impressed with your performance tonight, and congratulations on your second place.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right, on to the winning driver for his second time in a row is Ali Ferrari. So Ali, he done it again. Had a bit of a poor qualifying, made a bit of a mistake. Did you actually think that you'd be up here after Q2 exit?
I would say, yeah, on the podium, but maybe not a win. I thought P3 was possible because AG Passy and AMS Drive were absolutely flying. But about that quali lap, the mediums didn't seem to be able to take the the fast right-left corners flat out like I usually do because, yeah, they have less grip, and then yeah, I spun and then crashed, which is very unfortunate, but I could understand that because I was running a horrible setup of 9 at the front and then 5 at the back, which I changed before the race, and it seemed to give me a bit more stability. And also more straight line speed because I decreased the front downforce to a setup that was 8.5 wings.
What was my next one? Yeah. Was it easy to get through the field today, or did you just bide your time and just make the moves when there was a opening?
It was quite easy because, of course, I was running very low aero, so I had an advantage in the straights above the others, and yeah, it was easy. But it was the fast corners in the first sector where I would lose up to 4 tenths when I'm behind the car, and that was frustrating. So I knew I had to get past them as soon as possible to get to the front, which is why I risked so many moves, and luckily they were all clean, I hope.
From far we saw, yeah, they were all clean. Were you a bit worried on the last safety car restart when ASM Drive immediately started attacking you on the turn 1?
Yeah, I was panicking. But yeah, I was panicking, but I covered the inside, so there was basically no way for him to pass, and it worked. And then I managed to get past, I think it was a Mercedes of Nocco, and then Hirsch, of course, crashed, and it was quite an unusual crash. That you don't see people crash in the start of the third sector. And yeah, that had me behind Monkey Boy and AG Passy. Luckily, Monkey Boy didn't really put up much of a challenge, so I was right up behind AG Passy, and really nicely for him, he didn't really challenge me, which I'm very thankful for. And he just basically took the normal racing line, allowed me to go down the inside, and he also did the same before the safety cars, where we were catching up to AMS Drive, but also on the last long straight, I wanted him to get past me, but he didn't, and it was very nice of him. And we were catching up to AMS Drive, but it was because, as we heard from him, he had front wing damage, and then a safety car came in, which is why I jumped him.
Yep. I think that's all my questions for today. I'm going to pass it back on to you, David.
Well, thank you very much, Gary. All that's left is obviously a congratulations to all our podium sitters today. We're going to completely gazump that by having a very quick driver of the day vote between us three comms. Let's you guys go first.
For me, AMS Drive. I think the qualification was fantastic. The way he drove was absolutely superb, and I think he was slightly unlucky in the race at the end. So for me, AMS Drive.
Okay, you Gary.
I'm going to pick someone that's not actually on the podium.
Of course,
I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick my good old chum, Revenge Zero. I know this week he was very worried, and he somehow pulled a P6 after starting 16th. So for me, that's just incredible from him. So he's my driver of the day.
Yeah, of course. Big shout outs to Revenge Zero. P6 is a magnificent driver. I know he was absolutely looking forward to sitting down and watching the stream after an early DNF, or perhaps he actually, I'll let you guys in on a secret. He asked me earlier in the night. He asked me if I get a point, will you give me an interview? And I said no. Obviously, I said no. But that's how low his expectations were for tonight. So fair play, Revenge Zero. However, my vote for the driver of the race is obviously Ali Ferrari. Yeah, I'm
up the Alpines.
I'm a fanboy. So yeah, congratulations, Ali Ferrari. We have a split vote on driver of the day, so no one gets it. Anyway, that is all we've got time for tonight. Thank you very much, one and all, for joining us. Apologies for not changing the screen back. It's come up on the stream.
He was obviously listening in the stream.
It's come up on the stream. Jesus. Sorry. Anyway.
Love child.
Oh, Jesus. Hopefully I don't get... Anyway, moving on. That is all we've got time for this week.
Can I just say one quick thing before we go? Thank you very much for the invite tonight. I've really enjoyed it, and watching the tier ones has been a real privilege.
Absolutely. I was going to sign off with... yes, I'm going to sign off with congratulations to Mr. Whippy. He's on his debut in comms. He's done a cracking job, in my very valid opinion. Thank you also to Silverside Boy, giving his usual absolute fire performance in the co-coms tonight alongside Mr. Whippy. I have been David Lolface, your host for tonight. Thank you very much for watching this Tier 1 race. Join us tomorrow for the Tier 2 race. That will again be at Jeddah. So, for the final time tonight, probably the first time tonight as well, admittedly, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and good night.